Hello YouTube and welcome back to RC Construction Season 1 Episode 3. We have begun. As you can see, we have done our pre-strip on our highway plan. Now let's get some work underway. I have a few guest operators with me today. I've got little Maury you met the other day. I've got Junior Maury, which is my older son. And one of their mates has come along to give us a hand to get some dirt out onto the highway. Stockpile set up. We've got a little loading area there. It's not quite in the right position. It's a bit hard to get those trucks in, so we will probably adjust that for the next showing. But at this stage, the young boys are doing quite well. Our first load goes out. Now the plan will be to build ourselves a ramp down here, drop some loads down, and then bring in the other heavy machinery to push that out and give us our first layer of Maury's highway in the backyard. All right, the excavator, the 330, has been fitted with the mud bucket, and you can see that when we did our unboxing episode. Works out to be around about a 3 cubic meter bucket when you take it up to scale. So we're moving a lot of dirt when you look at the scale size of this operation. Now sit back and enjoy and watch the boys try not to crash their trucks. At this stage, our safety officer, Safety Sean, has not yet arrived on site, so we might get away with a few things that you probably wouldn't if you had a safety officer there watching over you. So there's a little bit of machine contact. The boys are a little erratic with their driving, but we will get them trained up. They're only just beginning, so we'll see how they go. Here we go. Drop that second load in there. Look how good that looks. Here we go. Let's push a dozer in here now. The dozers still have the issue. I haven't had a chance yet to add the weights that I was talking to you guys about with the dozers. That would involve opening up the bottom of them and adding some lead sinker weights to improve the traction and the push that these dozers give me. I did and have ordered a new dozer, a slightly larger one, and that should be coming soon. So we'll do an opening of that one and a preview, and we'll compare all the dozers that we got so far to see which one of those is going to suit your needs if you're going to come out and play. Open invitation to those guys in Cairns if you want to come over and help us do a day's work. I pay in 1/14 scale beer, so come and see us. Drop us a line, give us a bell. So the dozer is having a little bit of trouble here with the, as I said, the weight and the traction. But it seems to be doing a reasonable job getting that ramp put in. Now, the excavator's still loading out. Trucks are waiting in line. We've got a good work site happening here. A little bit of a boulder in the load there, so we might just try and get that and push that out of the way, so it's not going to interfere with the unloading of the trucks. Yep, there we go. You can't quite see it on screen, but yep, the dozer's just pushing that big boulder of sand out of the way. We'll crush that up at some stage in the future and we'll add that back to the road. May turn those trucks around. If I swap that mud bucket out and put the GP bucket back on, that's the bucket with the teeth on it, which is a thinner bucket width, it will probably make it easier to load those trucks. Look out, we've got a bog here. We've got our first bog. The sand was not compacted enough as the truck went down the ramp, and as I said, Safety Sean's not here, so let's give it a little nudge with the dozer. Nobody's going to notice. We'll see if the dozer's got enough traction there to help push this truck out, and we'll try and take the truck all the way around the circuit. Now the circuit's quite rough, and these trucks do not have a lot of ground clearance. Probably should have brought the Moxies down for this first layer to help get the surface nice and smooth, but it took a while and it got stuck a few times, but you know, eventually it made its way around the whole circuit. We tried to flatten it out a little bit there with footprints, but it's still going, it's pushing hard. But we get to the other end, and once again we will need to ramp this truck out. So let's get a bit more dirt down this end. Safety, once again, as you can see, we've got our high quality safety boots on there, being pure skin. Safety is level 22 on our list of priorities on the Moree Highway site. Here we go, we'll bring the dozer over. Come on over, yes, okay, yes. We'll turn the right way rather than the wrong way, there you go. And we'll push that little ramp down and see if we can't get this out now. The dirt was, or the sand, here with Bricky's loam sand we're using here. The Bricky's loam sand was a little bit soft when we took the truck down, so we may not be able to get it back up again, but we'll give it a go. We'll see if we can stay in scale and get it going. So the dozers, yeah, they definitely need the extra weight. They need that extra weight added to them, so we'll do that video for you guys shortly. And show you how to open them up and have a look inside them and see what they look like. We'll make this ramp a little bit wider there now and see if we can't get something happening there with the dirt. And it goes, beautiful. These machines are working really well. It's not the smoothest piece of ground there at the moment. We are working on concrete, but there's a lot of little rocks and pebbles, and when you scale those up, they actually end up being quite big. So there's our giant rock that we had there. We pulled out of our first dump. We'll get that loader in now. I really like this loader. It's a heavy machine. It's got a lot of ability to move dirt, and we'll try and speed the process up. We'll see if we can't double load these trucks, so have the excavator loading off the stockpile and also have the loader loading out the back there from the stockpile, but we won't know how that'll go. But let's have a look and see the articulation on this loader. The articulation on the loader, very sensitive, extremely hard to control, and though I'm getting better at it, it will take a little bit longer to be able to maneuver these machines very smoothly. So there's parts of this video which you may see that the machines look like they're moving really, really quickly. So I have sped up some of the slower parts of this video so that we are not going into extended time. But it's trying to show you exactly what these machines look like and their capabilities. Here we go. Let's see if we can avoid a bit of machine-on-machine collision here. Get that bucket down. You shouldn't be driving around with your bucket up high, boys. We all know that. And see, the loader's going to come in now. We'll see if he can clean up the floor a little bit, make it easier for these trucks to get into the stockpile loading area. Here we go. Round he comes. Most of these machines do have sound cards with them, so they have their own machine noises that operate. You can, in just about all these machines, have the option on your remote control to be able to turn the machine noises that the RCs are making off, and that will help you in relation to your battery life length, so your play time. Most of these machines you'll get, if you have a full charge battery, you'll get a half hour of playtime with the machine, and probably around about 2 hours to 3 hours for the recharge of the batteries. So all of these machines have a USB plug-in port for the battery charger. So if you have a high charge, or if you're plugging those directly into a power point, they will charge faster than if you were to plug them into a telephone or plug it into a PC unit. So direct power when you're charging is always better. Be careful not to overcharge your battery. So the batteries have indicators on them which show you when they're charging and when they are fully charged, and you need to keep an eye on those to make sure you're not overcharging these batteries. So we'll try and change up the way we're loading the trucks, make it a little bit easier. See, we've reversed the truck in there rather than coming in sideways. The larger mud bucket, not as efficient this way because it's much wider than the tub size. So it creates a lot of extra spoil on the floor. And as all the operators out there will know, the trick is to keep a clean floor. You know, flat ground or flat roads means more loads. Yes. Yeah. We're double loading this one. We're loading with the excavator, also loading with the loader. It's been pretty good so far. This video was taken over the Christmas New Year's period. It's taken me a while to cut it together. It probably comes from around about hour and a half to nearly 2 hours of overall video taken, and the boys have done really well. I think they will pass out as operators not too long in the future. We'll need to get our traffic management plan in place a little bit better. I see some truck interaction happening there. That probably shouldn't, the machines are crossing over, so we'll try and avoid that in the future, have a proper traffic management plan, and I might even post that traffic management plan up as part of our pre-start for each of these sessions, and get them up nice and close. But great looking machines. We haven't gone through and done direct comparisons yet, but we will do. I'll probably start with the dozers. We've got a few of those, and look out, we're going to bring the roller in. Now that's a flat drum roller. It does have a vibration mode, and the drum will vibrate, so hopefully we can get some decent compaction on our ground when we are putting the layers in. So there we go, a little bit of a sand track there, try and help these trucks to be able to turn, a little less friction on the tyres. There he is, he's just getting an extra load there. The side of that ramp was a little bit soft, so we want to make sure we're putting all our bun walls in place as we're building this road. We don't want any chance of these machines rolling over or any trouble, so we'll get the bun walls in as well. We don't want the rollers flipping over or going over the edge, which can happen when you've got sharp drop-offs. And of course, you know, safety is number 22, so let's keep it up there and let's keep it in mind. Don't you love that loader? Look at that loader. Any loader operators out there, it's an amazing machine, amazing machine. Once again, with that back loading, we've got a little bit of excess on the floor there in front of the excavator, so we'll see if we can't clean a bit of that out of the way. The excavator's having a bit of a trim there too. This will increase our load count, allow us to get some of this highway pushed out. Now, one of the wonderful things about living in North Queensland, of course, you've got this beautiful green grass everywhere. But we are subject to weather. Weather does happen up here, so we're trying to get as much in. It's a bit grey overhead at the moment. You can't see the clouds from here, but the weather does seem to be rolling in on us, so we'll keep going. The loader's gone through, pushed a nice clean track there for the truck, hopefully to pull in. Come on, there you go, beautiful. We're getting tucked in nice and tight up against the wall there, so the excavator can reach easily, and make sure we're maximising our loads with our buckets. There we go, beautiful. You can probably have his bucket a little bit closer to the tub when he's dumping in there. They're shaking the drive around a little bit if you dump your load in from too high up. We don't want that. We need everyone to be comfortable, need everyone to stay safe, you know. Okay, the excavator, the 330 excavator, Cat branded, still learning and mastering the controls on that. The dipper arm and the slew controls are very close or on the same joystick as they are with normal excavators, real control excavators. So being able to get your slew and your stick movement at the same time can be a little bit tricky. There you go, that's a much better one, much lower, closer to the bucket. There you go, closer to the tub, sorry, with the bucket. So or maybe not. Oh well. Alright, well you can use this as a learning video as I'm teaching these guys how to operate. So we now have our 2 ramps pretty well established. Yeah, we're just about to pack up, I think, guys. There's a load, another load goes in. Nice to see the boys working hard. Beer break will have to be coming up soon. You can't go too long without making sure that you rest. And yes, there it is. The heavens have opened. They've done it for us. They've sent us off on a break. All that hard work washed away. You've got a bit of a pooling issue down the bottom there and another pool there on the loop. So according to the plans, we are going to have drainage in those sections. So it looks like we've got the right spots. And just as the rain come down, we got all our safety cones out. Pretty bad washouts there. And guess who turned up on site as soon as it started raining and we shut down? Yes, he's finally here. He's got all his barricades up. Safety Sean. Hey, Safety Sean, welcome aboard. Welcome to the team. He's got the area looking nice and safe. He's got it barricaded off. Walking the area, checking it out, making sure it's safe for us. It's quite a big drop off there now, so we had to put the barricades up. We don't want anyone falling over the edge. We'll take a run down. You can see how heavy the rain came down. It's moved that dirt. We hadn't had a chance to really compact tightly. But we are safe. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, Sean's got the survey pickets there and his wheelbarrow. He'll be putting those out. It'll help to have the site pegged so we can see exactly where the next section of the job goes. It's coming up and it's close to the middle of January that I'm finally being able to finish ordering this video. And you know what? It's still raining. So we haven't been able to progress. So thanks for watching RC Construction, see episode 3. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe, share it with your friends. We'll see you next time. Maury out.